Alright guys, what's up? I'm gonna do a quick video here just looking over Bitcoin just to give you an update. What I'm seeing, multiple things. We did say this was like a Wyckoff spring that we're looking at for this move up. If you're looking at the monthly chart, we have these two levels marked here that we've reacted off of pretty well. We're holding it. Ideally on a monthly, what I'm looking for is for us to close above 540. If we close above 67,540, that confirms a bullish engulfing candle, and I believe the next few months after that are going to be pretty bullish if we do form a bullish engulfing on the monthly over here. Last time we had that form down in this area, we had a nice one here. Bullish engulfing, next few months were beautiful. But not quite like this one. I mean, this one has a huge wick, and if we can come up and form a bullish engulfing like that, I mean, this could be a crazy run on this one. We filled the midpoint of the monthly fair value gap completely here. So we're looking pretty good. On the daily, a few things I pointed out to people earlier in the week. Maybe over the weekend even. I don't even know when this was. I pointed it out Friday last week. I said, hey, we swept the low, we came up, we reclaimed the low, and this was our pivot point right here. I'm like, if you're not long, this is a good area to get long. One thing too, we have flipped the order block that we had here. So this order block is now flipped. So far we're holding. We could come back down. We could tag it before continuation move up, but I do think something like this is gonna be happening. We have a macro bull flag here on the higher time frame, looking something like this. And what I think is going to happen is we're going to get this move up. Maybe we come back down and sweep in this range one more time, right? Maybe. I am kind of against that unless it's nice and quick within the same day, like a couple days candles. And it gets bought up really quick and goes back. I do not think it's going to be multiple days like this, giving people time to accumulate down there again and go. I think it'd be quick, move up, go. But ideally what I'm looking for is to come up here in this area and just chop around here for a while, close that monthly, right? That monthly that we were talking about. Close the monthly above this. So we have 14 days to do that, 14, 15 days. Close above. And maybe just accumulate up here for a little bit around the all-time high. And then from there, go. Literally, just like a Wyckoff accumulation, reaccumulation is what I'm looking at for this. And I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. We have the macro bull flag. You really zoom out on this and look at it. It's going to be fucking obvious in hindsight. It's like almost like an Adam and Eve type pattern, like a cup and handle type pattern. And once you get the breakout, and we're going to be accumulating over this area here, it's just going to be go time. So just remember that. Like, we have a massive cup, we have the handle here, we have the bull flag, we have divergences, we have RSI breaking out on the 3-day here. You have a massive 3-day breakout on the RSI. The daily at the lows had a classic fucking bullish divergence here. You can see that right here. So your daily, you had a bull div, you had a low, you had a lower low on MACD histogram, you had a higher low on RSI, you have a higher low here. And I pointed this out on Twitter as well. So you had all your signs for your reversals here. There's no excuse on this one. Like, this was called out. I think you should be long from this area here. Where I'm holding this one, I think it's going to be a great area. It was the third tap down here on your bull flag, and you're accumulating. This could be a really big move, man. Like, people are saying 80K, 100K. I mean, this thing could go to 130K easily from here. And I'm not trying to just be like a moon boy or anything, but it literally could. Like, at least 120 here is like technical breakout from here. I mean, if you're gonna pull it up to here, to the high over here, and then pull that, I mean, technical breakout, still like 130. So just keep that in mind. Just technical wise, it looks fantastic. I don't think this is somewhere you need to try to be picky about and get a good entry. This is an area where you really should have just gotten long the last few days, and if there's any dip like we had today, just start a position, man. Keep a low leverage. You can keep, I mean, if you got in on this dip today, you could keep like a good 5x position and hold it for, I think, over $100,000 Bitcoin. And if not, like, you can just move stops up. I think it's a great area. If you need to wait for a breakout here and maybe put a stop loss like in this area just for confirmation, sure, go ahead. But this is an area that, I mean, dude, this was ideal entry down here on this sweep. I didn't think it was going to get this cheap at first. I was looking at this area to hold, but all in all, this is a fantastic area. Couple other things. I've been looking at Bitcoin religiously the last few weeks. This is NVIDIA. I'm going to go over this one more time for you guys. This is the NVIDIA fractal over Bitcoin. And God forbid it fucking works and plays out again. It's been perfect here. We had our chop up. We had our impulse up. NVIDIA did the same thing. We chopped in this area before we went and fucking rocketed it upwards. We can even pull it up if you want to check it. Well, everything, they split and cut the stock, so it's a little off right now. But this is the area that we're at in NVIDIA, in my opinion, in my honest opinion. This right here is where we're at. Boom. And everybody wanted this pullback, major pullback, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, maybe we come back down a little bit here. But NVIDIA also left a gap. Everyone's talking about this CME gap, right? This massive CME gap on Bitcoin. And sure enough, NVIDIA left the CME gap behind as well. So if you're gonna go ahead and pull up Bitcoin, here, let me pull up the Bitcoin CME. And I think that's just another thing they're gonna use to try to fucking not have you guys in the market and waiting to get this CME gap filled to enter on this CME gap. And it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. They're gonna leave that, so people are gonna continue to stay sidelined. They're gonna look at the CME and they're gonna be like, hey, this is where we need to enter, blah, blah, blah. No, they're doing it on purpose. They pumped it on the weekend to leave investors sidelined before the big move up. So that's my thought process on that. It looks fantastic. I'll overlay real quick. I'll overlay the Wyckoff chart over this just to give you guys another thing that I'm looking at for this on why I think it's really go time. And you guys can take it however you want, but now you have no excuse. I've told you multiple fucking times. People are still fading this, and that's going to be their own fault when we do start to take off here. But let's look at this one more time. We got our flagpole, boom, top, sweep, come back up, two peaks, come down, sweep, consolidate a little bit, go up, impulse move. This is going to be our over all-time high accumulation for the cup and handle before a big move. We have remember we have the bull flag going this way too. So we can use multiple forms of TA here. And with this bull flag here, this is going to be consolidation. Up here, we're going to get above the bull flag breakout. So you'll have multiple people using multiple styles of TA that are going to be looking at this. For the harmonic guys, there's multiple things you had here as well. You had an alternate bat somewhere around here, something like this, 1.13. But ideally, the best harmonic I saw here, which also gives you that 1.13, is your AB equals CD 886, and then you get a 1.13 off this over here for your D leg. So that's what I saw. So there's multiple styles of TA that's shown. We're putting in this low here. Look for your entry, man, and sometimes you just gotta ape and just go spot or maybe lower leverage, but never financial advice. But I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know it's looking fantastic. I'd hate for you to move out on or miss out on a run for a 50% pump. Sorry, I was like choking on some water I was about to drink. For a 50% pump that we have here, potentially load in even into like a 100% pump in Bitcoin. Historically, after the halvening, within 365 days, we pump 100% no matter what. It's happened almost every halvening, at least. Let me actually pull that up just to give you, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I don't know if I have it up on my recents here. All right, so let's go with the 2013 to 17 cycle, or that move back then. We had Bitcoin rally after 365 days, 8,400%. So I mean that's huge, right? Then the last halving before that or after that, we had 290% in 365 days, and then the last cycle we had 559% in 365 days. So why the fuck would you not enter something around this level and just go on a lower leverage position and ride it if historically we have at least 300% move after the halving? It makes no sense. So zoom out, stop being an idiot, and just buy spot or go low leverage, man. You probably will outperform versus trying to find something else right now or trying to short on the lower time frame. I guarantee if I just open an account, you have 1,000, you start with your 1,000, and I just low leverage this, most traders I would outperform by just long in Bitcoin on 5x here. And then rotate in it. Like, it would be that easy. And then let's go ahead and look at the Bitcoin index. So I'm going to go ahead and explain this chart that I posted again yesterday on Twitter. So this is a very good chart to look at with Bitcoin. So let's explain this a little bit now that you guys have it on your screen. So basically what we're looking at here with Bitcoin is each cycle, zoomed out on the cycle. And we're going to go ahead and look at a lot of things here. So top to top, each cycle from the top of a cycle to the next top of the cycle, 1,477 days from top of cycle, 1428. That 1428 is a crazy number. It keeps repeating. And this one's close to it, right? It's not that far. So you, give or take a month or two, not a big deal in a large time frame like this. It gives you an area to watch out for. Top of cycle to top of cycle, 1,428 days. So typically we're going to be looking around October. And if you want to drag this over to here, maybe you start being careful in March, April of next year, right? So that could be somewhere that you'd want to start being a little careful, maybe start taking some profits out, like if you've made a lot so far, and just play around with less money and towards the end of the cycle. So if something, you lose it or whatever, you still keep a big chunk of your money. And this is just based on historical data. So just wanted to point this out for you. Bottoms of cycles, this was a low to a low, 1,428 days. Bottom of cycle, 1,428 days. We have a bottom of a cycle to a potential bottom of a cycle over here, 1,428 days around October 2026. And then we want to look at top to bottoms, right? So top to bottom, say we do top in October, and this is 2025, so we still got a year out. Around a year it takes from top to bottom. So this one was 406 days, is a little extended. This one exactly 364 days, a year. This one exactly 364 days, about a year, give or take a week or two. So you're looking at a year from top to bottom. So if we do start to top in this area next year, you look for around a year to start getting into your bottoms, where you want to start allocating again. Maybe 300 days, go ahead and start if you want. And then once you hit a year, think about starting to get back in. Maybe this cycle is a little different, but we'll see. This is just historical data. Each cycle is a little different, and you can't deny that. But history also rhymes. So keep your eyes on that. Based on this, we should still have around 400 days of the cycle for Bitcoin going on at the moment. So that's pretty much my Bitcoin run through. If you guys have any questions, I am bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. Still in my long from 57K. It was a little bit lower, but I decided to keep adding with more data that I kept looking at. So I have a pretty nice position right now. I'm going to hold that. I have a lot of Bitcoin spot at the moment. But that's my overall thesis on Bitcoin. I wanted to go over it with you guys to let you know and give you a reason and why. I'm not just telling you guys, hey, Bitcoin's going up, but there's a lot of fucking factors that are going into this when I'm saying Bitcoin looks great right now. So that's it. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, please reach out, and we'll go from there.